This is your girl Shanti, keeping it 100. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like a relationship is meant to help strengthen the other person. And you need someone that can lift you up when you're tired. And sometimes you're dealing with people that you're always lifting them up and you're carrying them. But when you need to be lifted up, no one's there but God. You get what I'm saying? So we give all our energy, we give all our time to people, and we try to be there for people. But when it's time for people to be there for you, who do you have? You know, I'm a firm believer in that we're going to always have God, but certain relationships in your life deserves to be beneficial. You shouldn't be the only person carrying everybody and listening to everyone. And then when it's time for you to go through something, you're going through these things alone. And I'm going to rephrase that, because when I say alone, we're never alone because we have God. But I mean like the people that are in your lives that you know, you shouldn't feel like you don't have people in your life if they are there. You shouldn't feel alone with family or friends. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just think that a person draining your energy and becoming an energy sucker is not okay. And a lot of times you spend so much time trying to help another person that you neglect the people in your life or in your household. And that's never okay. And then let's say this, the person that you never want to neglect is God. So when a person is taking you away spiritually and making you basically, you know, be drawn away from God, that is a big no-no. That is one reason why a person either need to get the scissors, get blocked, or distant boundaries, something, because you cannot allow a person to sabotage everything in your life because you're trying to help them. Like, sometimes people gonna always have those problems no matter what. So you make the time and you put that schedule, you know, there for you and that person to be able to converse and have conversations. Because if you're a business owner, or if you're a person that works 9 to 5 and you're on your job and you're trying to talk to somebody, you know, on your lunch break for a whole 45 minutes about a problem, and then you didn't even call to talk to your husband, or you didn't check and see how your kids' days was going, you know, like, sometimes we just got to be able to make sure that our priority is okay. I'm not saying that you abandon people and you don't be there for people, but at the same time, you have to make sure that the people that are in your immediate household come first. Again, I'm going to rephrase that. God is always first. We know that. But I mean, outside of God, you know, your household comes first. And we learn this as when we get older, because I feel like sometimes people make you feel bad because, you know, they feel like, oh, they see a change in you. Well, am I supposed to be the same person that I was 10 years ago? And I'm a grown woman with responsibilities and a child and a husband. You know, people put these expectations on you, and it's not fair, because a real person knows that you have grown responsibilities, and you need to surround yourself around people that can respect the fact that you have a family, and they know when it's time to, like, shut stuff down. If I go out to eat with you and we have a good time, you don't have to come back to my house after that. We went to eat, and that's okay. Sometimes people don't know how to respect other people's boundaries, and they cross boundaries, you know, and that's what I'm getting to on my second reason why some people, you know, don't need to be in your life. They don't know how to respect your boundaries, even when you tell them. People are not stupid. I'm here to tell you, if a person ain't respecting your boundaries, it's because they've been so used to walking all over you for so long that they don't care that you're trying to put up walls and barriers. You understand what I'm telling you? It's not that they don't see that you're trying to make a transformation. It's just that they don't care. That's what it is. They don't care. So you can keep trying to put up all of these walls and these boundaries all you want to, but when it's all said and done, that person don't care enough to respect you because they feel they have gotten comfortable with the way you allowed them to walk all over you. And boundaries need to be set. Nobody should be popping up at your house unannounced. If you don't answer your phone, there's no reason why you should get a knock at your door. That is boundaries. You get what I'm telling you? Like, that can create chaos in your household. It's no problem that they're going through in their life that bad to where they can come to your house and disrespect your household by knocking on your door and not knowing what you got going on. You understand me? So that's why I'm a firm believer in, like, boundaries are necessary. And if a person don't care that you can't do certain things that you used to do no more, then they don't need to be a part of your life. If you were somebody that used to go out all the time and hang with the fellas or hang with the girls, but now you want to basically, tone it down. And when you go out with your friends, now you only want to maybe go to like regular places like the restaurants or, jet skiing, whatever. And that person still on other stuff, then guess what? It's okay to say, you know what? We have grown apart and we cannot continue to be friends anymore, or we cannot continue to hang like we used to. We could be, people that get together from time to time or talk from time to time, but you cannot be a part of my life the way you used to, because we're growing in different paths. And I know y'all have heard this saying time after time that people can be in your life for a season. And you know what? Sometimes that season that they're in your life, it might have been the best season of your life. But guess what? At some point, you have to learn how to close that door and say, you know what? I was grateful for the time that you were in my life and you helped me. But you're not going to cost me my peace. That's what we're not going to do. You're not going to cost me my peace, because peace is everything. Okay, so let's move on. The third reason I feel like a person should no longer have access to you or be a part of your life is jealousy. Listen, jealousy is a very bad disease. And I'm not even sitting here playing. Jealousy can make people do some crazy stuff. I mean, if a person in your life is jealous, I'm gonna need you to flee. Like, I'm talking about flee, because that's a terrible spirit. That is a terrible spirit. You cannot allow an angry person to be a part of your life, because that's what it's gonna turn into. Jealousy can turn into anger. Jealousy can turn into a person being so upset with you for being successful, and they're constantly being angry with you, and when something good is going on in your life, they're secretly dry hating on you, or they're not happy that your success they're not happy for you now that you're successful. You get what I'm telling you? So that's why I believe that jealousy is something that you got to be careful with. I don't play with jealousy, because it's a scary thing, and people can do so much cruel stuff when they're jealous. You're telling them something that you're doing, and God forbid they're praying on your downfall. You don't want those kind of people in your life. So if that is somebody that is in your life right now, whether it's even your husband, sometimes you could be married to somebody and they could be jealous of you, and they don't want you to reach your full potential, because they want to keep you on a pedestal. Like, that's not healthy. I hear many people say that they feel like their husbands are jealous of them, or maybe a wife is jealous of their husband because their husband is successful and she's maybe home with the kids, and he might be able to achieve a little bit more than she can. Like, at some point, everybody have to learn how to come together and be supportive. And right now I might be going to school, but guess what? You can go to school next and I'll take on this. Like, teamwork is the dream work. There's no reason to be jealous about anything. If you admire somebody secretly and you want to get to where they at, how about you take them in and hold on to that relationship and learn a little bit, instead of you trying to sit here and be jealous and constantly putting that person down every time they talk to you, because I'm here to tell you that is not cool. The third person that you should not have in your life is someone that is always putting you down and making you feel this small about everything. Like, everything that you tell this person, they got something negative to say about it. They have something bad to say about it. They don't, or if you're trying to go jog or something, they're sitting here telling you like, child, you ain't gonna lose no weight. Or you trying to work out and do sit-ups. They tell you like, you can do all the sit-ups in the world, but until you're gonna be eating that ice cream tonight like you always is. Like, don't let people speak stuff on your life, because you're trying to reach a goal and you're trying to do something and you're trying to change, and a person is trying to make you, stay in that small little box, but you're trying to break out of that box. That's not a good person to have in your life, that is constantly putting you down. So don't go for that. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. It's totally fine to be empathetic and want to pray or see someone change, but you might need to distance yourself from that person. So you want this person to have empathy, but then pray to ask God to give them empathy. But while the God is working on them, you can distance yourself from that person. You don't have to have that person a part of your life, draining you and bringing you down and sucking your energy and messing with your peace. You don't have to have that. you're not saying that, hey, I'm never going to deal with you again. But what you're saying is that, hey, I'm going to give you an opportunity and a chance to work on you. And I'm going to pray that God delivers you for whatever you got going on, whether it's a spirit of jealousy, a spirit of anger, a spirit of hate, whatever you got going on, I'm going to pray for you. And if you change your act, then you can definitely communicate with me. But as long as you're going to be that mean, angry, bitter person that is constantly being angry with everybody and putting people down, you can't have access to me. You can't have access to me because you're not going to draw me away from God. I'm not going to be dealing with you while you out here in these streets running wild and being crazy. I'm not going to judge you, but guess what? I have a husband. So we can't do what we used to do. You get what I'm saying? It's boundaries. It's levels to this. It's if it's affecting your peace, you got to give it to scissors or you distance it. Not everybody know how to cut people off. That's fine. A person can tell when you change. A person can tell when you distance yourself from them. So maybe that'll make them get the courage to want to work on them and be a better them. Because these are things that I had to learn as I got older. This was not something that I always had. So I can't judge a person for going through some things or maybe having a jealousy spirit or whatever the case is. Like, we just got to pray for these people. Now let's move on. What is the fourth point, you guys? What is the fourth point? Let me tell you. A person that is judgmental. I don't like people that are judgmental. Because in the Bible, it says that God would judge you the way you judge others, you know? So we have to be careful who we judge. Like, you can't be around here telling nobody like, hey, you know, if you're not this way, you going to the, I'm going to say underworld. You know, you're going to go down, you going to meet the devil. Like, you can't be saying this stuff like that. You can't be saying that these select people are going to get this and these select people going to get that, because you got people that go to church every Sunday, and guess what? Only God can decide if them people that go to church every Sunday, if they're going to make it into heaven, because we all have sinned and we've all fall short of the glory, you know. So we can't sit here and we cannot project our own personal perceptions on other people. It's not right and it's not fair, and you can't judge people from being different. You can't judge people. So that's why I allow people to have their own free will and their own freedom to do as they please. But guess what? You can do as you please, but if I'm not feeling the energy and I'm not feeling the vibes, it can't be around me. That's all it is. So I'm never going to tell a person or never judge a person, but what I'm not going to do is to give you access to me. You know, that's all I got to do is distance myself, put those boundaries up, and you're going to see those walls being put up. And maybe that might make you want to change. But if I'm a friend that you really care about, if I'm a partner that you really care about, you're going to do whatever it takes to get back in my life. But if I'm somebody that you just don't care about fighting for, then guess what? That's okay. Because as long as I got God on my side, and no weapons formed against me shall prosper, I'm going to be all right. You get what I'm saying? So, like, the jealous people and well, I'm going to just say that, let me go back to judgmental. Judgmental people tend to point out your weaknesses a lot. They only speak about your weaknesses and seem to know how you need to do things. And a lot of times, they don't even apply this stuff to their own lives. They just want to sit here and tell everybody else the way they should live and what they should do when they're not even doing these things in their own lives. Who are you to sit here and tell me the way I should do something when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing? You know, it's not fair, it's not right, and it's just not cool. So I just feel like people just need to be careful of how you come at people and what you say, because it just ain't cool. Now, y'all have been hearing me say peace and peace and peace and peace a lot, right? Because let me tell y'all something. Peace is everything. Peace is everything. This is my last one right here, peace. If a person is messing with your inner peace and they are making you upset, angry, they're making you feel enraged, they're turning you into something that you know you don't even recognize no more. You're depressed, you're down all the time, you're trying to put on the image, but you're really not happy, and you still got this person in your life. Let them go. I'm telling you right now, let them go. Anything that messing with your peace and not making you be a better version of yourself, why should you hold on to that? You know, the minute you don't have peace, it's like, what are you here for? I don't get it. I'm gonna just say this. Everything to me goes back to spiritual. And it goes back to the right to be able to be yourself. And it doesn't matter if someone in your life is rich, if somebody in your life is poor. You know, If a person is messing with your peace, they should be cut off. A lot of times people stay with people because they're rich or they're handsome. They have this and they have that, but it's never enough, because you can be with somebody and they have all the money in the world, but they drain you dry, and they constantly is making you feel less than. It's not fair. I don't care if that person is handsome. I don't care if that woman is the most beautifulest woman in the world. I don't care about your temptations. I don't care about none of that. If peace is what I need peace, inner peace. And if you're not providing me with that, then I'm gonna need you to go. Oh, look at those eyes. Y'all have to see my eyes. I'm gonna need you to go, because my walk with God is important to me. My relationship with my family is important to me. The way I move and how I want to elevate is important to me. Respect is important to me. Boundaries is important to me, and I want it to be important to you. Inner peace should be important to everybody who's listening to this video right now. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have peace. You deserve to elevate. You don't need nobody telling you what you shouldn't be doing. You need people telling you what you can do. Because a lot of times you got to be careful with the people that are always trying to make you feel like you can't do something. I'm here to tell you, if nobody didn't tell you that you're beautiful, you're beautiful. If somebody told you that you can't do it, you can do anything you put your mind to. It's so many things in my life right now that I'm working on and that I'm achieving, and I can't wait to share it with the world. But who would have ever thought, you know? And sometimes we sell ourselves so short, and we're around people that are not pushing us to be our full potential and making us see the amazing things we can do. I'm gonna be so excited to share all the things that I'm doing, and I want people that are listening to this video to share the things that they're doing and things that are making them proud, instead of having to dim their light for other people to make them feel better. Because sometimes when you got so much stuff going on, people look at it as if you're bragging. But it's like, no, you're just so happy with all the blessings that God has given you, and you want to be able to tell somebody the good news. Not everybody want to talk about all their downfalls, you know? And for me or whatever, back to telling good news, you could tell a person the good news when everything is completed. Let the assignment be completed first. Let everything be stamped and clear, because you don't want people knowing stuff and putting negativity into what they know, or praying against what you're trying to do, or manifesting certain negative words. And that all comes back to being around certain people all the time that are not positive, and they're rubbing off on you. You know, and that goes back to when I was talking about energy being everything. Whoever you give your energy to and whoever you surround yourself around, whoever has access to you, if it's a mean, nasty person, then you might be a mean, nasty person. And that's only because you're dealing with that mean, nasty person every day. You get what I'm telling you? Like, if you move differently and you are a good person, then people will see that. But don't allow somebody to come in and drain you, and then you become something that they are, or something that you never were. Like, sometimes I hear people say stuff like, you know, I'm so tired of being a good person because everybody's always walking over on me and everybody always doing this to me. No, don't you change yourself for anybody. You change the circle. What you change the people that's in your life that are doing these things. But you should never have to change who you are because people don't appreciate you as a person. You change them. And when I say you change them, you could change them by praying, but you distance yourself from them. Like, instead of us trying to put vengeance and go after people and be mean, all we have to do is pray for them. Ask God to change and deliver their heart. And while God working on them, we distance ourselves from them, and we keep elevating and we keep prospering, because we don't have to be like them. We could be better than them. But they don't have to be a part of our lives. They don't have to be a part of our lives. God never told us that we had to deal with people that are nasty or rude. He never told us that. Some people that say, oh, you know, I'm dealing with this person because it's the right Christian thing to do. God never told Christians to be fools. God never told Christians to be weak. You understand me? So stop making it seem as if that you're dealing with certain people because you can deal with these people from a distance and let God work in their lives, instead of dealing with them and they're bringing you down and you're becoming them. And people don't want to be around you now because you're no longer that uplifting person that people knew you to be, or that positive person that people knew you to be. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. A lot of times we find all the reasons why we can't do things. I'm hoping that I gave you enough reasons to want to go out right now and do whatever you want to do. I hope I inspire you to fulfill your dreams. Something in your life right now you want to do, but for some reason you've been procrastinating. People in your life are procrastinators, so you're a procrastinator. People in your life are putting you down, so you're putting yourself down. I'm gonna need you to lift your head up high and know that you are everything and that you can do anything. You're not small. And I want you to also understand this too. Our God is big and he is brilliant. So if there's anything that you're going through in your life right now, trust in God and lean not on your understanding. Do not. A lot of times we want God to move instantly. No, trust and wait for confirmation. Pray. Prayer is everything. I'm like I said, I was super excited to come back. I have a lot of things I've been working on. I'm going to be sharing that with y'all soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. I hope I motivated you and made you feel amazing today. This is your girl Shanti, and I'm going to always keep it 100. And I'm signing out. Peace, always, love, energy, and let's keep it real.